Hello guys, this is Imperium Duelist and we're with Esteban Vences.
What's up? We're back.
He's gonna have a deck list for pendulum summons.
Yes, my LA regional deck profile.
Exactly.
What was your record?
I was X-2 and then it was Luis's birthday party, so we left so we could go to the club.
Oh, you left early?
Yeah.
You went X2 with the deck that just came out and you just picked it up out of nowhere and you're like, whatever, I'm gonna start playing with it.
With Zefra with Endymion. Endymion cards are really good. Pendulum cards are cool. And I was really bored of Sky Striker, so I wanted to play a fun deck. And it was a good tournament. I could have done some things better with the deck. I didn't have all the experience I should have had with this deck. And some card choices were like a little bit questionable, but here's the list.
Alright, let's get into it.
Alright, so the star of the deck, Darkworm.
Oh yeah.
This guy is like the best card. Right now this card is the best pendulum monster, and I'm afraid they're probably gonna put it to 1. Ever since Guard Dragons came out, the power of this card is insane. Like, you don't even need to pendulum summon 4 cards anymore. Like, if you can pendulum like 3 monsters and the Darkworm, you get like a big combo. So 3 of that. 3 Chronograph. You already know Chronograph's really good. One of the new cards, Servant. This card is really good.
What does that do?
So it's like an abductor, but instead of searching, it specials a monster. They could put a spell counter on it. And the monster I special a lot of the time is Jackal King, because he can negate Ghost Ogre, and then I could make Electromite without getting destroyed. And I still play 3 Magical Abductor because it's a spell counter deck. And if you can't get to this, you could get to this, and then you just search the combo piece you're missing to make the full combo. 2 of the boss guy. I wanted to play 1, but I just like the scale and I kind of want to see this card. So that's why I played 2. But I could see myself dropping this to 1. The other's like one of the best cards in the deck, Jackal King. So yeah, what I do all the time, I always bring this out with this girl. I wanted to play only 1, but the problem is if you draw it, you can't special it with this girl. And if you special this one and you try to make Electromite, he will not protect Electromite from Ghost Ogre, so you get destroyed. So I rather special Jackal King, so that's why I played 2. Then I played the Zefra engine. Zefra, this guy's the best one because he can send any card you want. So he's like a +1. It's very important in Pendulum right now because there's not a lot of Pendulum cards that give you a +1, and this guy does, so this guy's really good. This guy, he also gives you a +1. The problem is this guy blocks you from pendulum summoning anything that is not a Zefra or a Yangtze. Same with all his little buddies right here. But you have to play more Zefra cards because you want to turn this guy's scale into 7. So that's why I played 3 scale 7s and a scale 1. Also, these 2 give you utilities. This one blows up face-up cards, like Amorphage Goliath. This is your searchable out, and this one blows up set. So in like matchups against back row, this guy's pretty decent. And this one's decent too because it blows up floodgates. I destroyed a bunch of there can only be ones because somehow I played 2 anti-meta decks at regionals. So this guy came out really clutch, and this guy too. So that's the Zefra cards. And then these are like one-offs. That guy for the Chrono. This guy, high scale searchable. And sometimes you don't want to search this, you want to search this because he can actually get counters for every spell that they activate, and this one cannot. 1 donut for Darkworm. And this guy is also really good. This is a disruption you special on your opponent's turn. But if it's your turn, he's also an offensive card and you can start banishing cards. You can bring it out with LP, link with it, make Aggro Pain, special it back, banish something else, and then you kill him. He's really strong against Salamangreat. His scale sucks, so that's why I only play 1. Spells, the best one. Searches the Endymion cards and it gets you extra spell counters. So 3 of that. Because now it's a combo deck, I really need to make my combo go through, so I actually do play Caught by the Grave. It's a really good card. Obviously stops hand traps. It's disruption on your opponent's turn. Sadly, sometimes they have impermanence and you have this in your hand, and yeah, you still get stopped. Terraforming, Waste to Special, Dark Worm, and they're all spells, and all of these are good spells. And Zefra spells too, and the field spell. And I play another field spell, which is Dragon Ravine, and another way to get Dark Worm in the grave. Upstart, free spell, and 1 counter trap. I drew this card like 6 times, so I don't know.
Going second.
Going second and going first.
What was like your worst matchups?
Thunder Dragon.
Yeah, because
Shout out to my opponent Eric. I got really lucky. That's the only reason I got the win. Yeah, but he destroyed me like the game he went first, and I drew this going second. Now I sided it out, but he just destroyed me. Sadly, Electromite's at 1, but of course, best card. But now the other best cards, the Guard Dragons, LP, Agar Pain. Depending on how good your hand is, if they kind of hand trap you, you combo off using this guy, because he doesn't require that many materials to make. But if your hand's really good and they're not hand trapping you, you combo off with Saryuja, and then you still do the same big combo, and you end up with this guy. Now this card made the deck really strong. It's 2 disruptions in 1. You get a bounce and then you special summon the guy that banishes, or if you're playing Goliath, you get a bounce and then you block him from the extra deck. And the rest of this deck, this extra deck, is filler, but the cards that I did summon at least once, this guy, Boral Sword for game, of course. And wait, what am I talking about? I made this every game. Every time I go first, you make Vortex Dragon. And he's good because he not only he negates, but he recycles your cards. And because like my Zefra engine is really small, I like having this guy because you recycle your cards. Also, if you draw the dragon that banishes, wherever it is, let me see. If you draw this in your opening hand, you summon it, you link with it, and then when you negate with Vortex, you put it back in your deck. So you could bring it out with the Heretic Link monster. So that's why Vortex is very important. Dweller. Could have won a game, but I forgot this card was a card and I didn't make it. So, but I would keep Dweller into the extra deck for sure. I would keep Ignister for the mirror match. Also, he, doesn't target, so you could get rid of your opponent's Endymion cards. And then I had the chance to make this a couple times, so cool card. And these I never made. But overall, this deck is really good. It's a fun deck. It can play through some hand traps depending on the hand, and it has some really cool combos. Alright, side deck. Back row decks, I put 3 Danko, 3 Pancratops, and 3 Twin Twister. So obviously I don't want to lose to back row decks. The best card in here was probably Pancratops, because no matter what situation I was in, this card was always useful. This card was hit or miss. Some games it was really good, some games I was already losing and they had like an Inspector Border on board, and then I top deck this and then nothing. But other times they had an Inspector Border and I top deck this and I won. So I think, I don't even know about Danko anymore, I might take it out. But for sure MVP out of my back row removal is Pancratops, just because of its versatility. I had this for Thunder, or build a board decks, also mirror match, and a pretty basic side deck.